Okay, so I'm going to take the cup. There's 4.5 cups of sprouts here. And I'm going to put it in the Wonder Mill. But before I do, I'm going to hook it up. So I'm going to show you how I do that. You take that cup, you screw it in, and there's an arrow. And you just twist it and connect it. It doesn't always want to work. So you got to switch it back around. Tight until it's tight. Okay. That is what keeps the flour from going all over hot. It's a little sponge thing. You got to make sure you snap it down tight until you hear it click, because if you don't, flour will go everywhere. My husband was there the first time we used it. I thought the lid was on, and guess what? It wasn't. Flour went all over him, although it was hilarious. He didn't think so. Okay, there's a little hole inside the Wonder Mill machine itself. You just push the canister in it till it's firm. And here I've got where I'm explaining about what you got to turn the Wonder Mill on first, and then add your wheat to it, your wheat berries. The reason I didn't do this because it is so loud, so that's why I'm talking over this for you. And I stir it around to help it out. It takes a few minutes. I'll grab the camera for you so you can see how it looks. There we go. And it just slowly grabs down, and it's really, really loud. And you can kind of see how it's going down. See how it's lowering itself? And it just feeds itself the berries. And as it does, it goes into the little canister, and it makes your flour. It's an awesome machine. I love this machine. One of my gifts from my husband that I really cherish, and I do love it. Okay, see how it's going down? Now it started acting up here for a minute, and usually you don't even have to do that, but it was really humming, so that's a sign to shut it off. So it's grinding a little, but I do end up shutting it down here shortly, because now I'm getting worried. I'm like, why isn't it going down? And it's really humming, tapping on it, nothing's working. Okay, I'm just going to shut it down. It takes me a few to realize it, but that's what happened. So I think maybe some of my wheat berries wasn't completely dry all the way, because if the wheat berries aren't dehydrated enough, it will gum up your machine a little. So you've got to make sure they're good and dry. All right, here's where I go, okay, I'm going to shut it off. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm going to tap that. Always tap the top of the canister part before you undo it. There's all the dust that would have been all over the house if we didn't have that little spongy thing in there. Did me, found out the hard way. Okay. And it's snug fit there. Usually you open it away from you so the dust don't go in your face. That centerpiece fell off again, and I think that might have been why it was acting up. But there's my awesome flour. Okay, now I'm going to rehook it back up and finish it again. Okay, so I moved it from pastry flour to regular bread flour. Setting, that was a little bit of the oats that I got out of there, grains, I'm sorry, wheat berries. Poured it back in, It ground up nice. I'll show you. See, it all went right down in there. That's how it's supposed to work. Shut it off. Wait a second. Because it takes forever for it to go all the way down. There we go. Now we got it all fixed. So, I was just telling you what I did. Now we're going to take it apart again, unplug it, and then I'm showing you, I dump out any of the wheat berries that might be in there. It's always good to do that. I always put the seal back on the top of the motor part itself, and then I wrap it in plastic and store it. With that little hole right there, there's powder in there. I will take a Q-tip or a paper towel and clean it out. You can store the flour like that for a minute, or because it's really hot after you grind it. So I always let it sit for about a good half hour until the flour cools down before I use it. And I think I'll show you the flour again. Yeah, and it's nice and warm, and it's a beautiful, beautiful flour base. Okay, that's my 8 cup measuring cup, and I'm now showing you how much flour the 4.5 cups of flour equaled out to be approximately 4.5 cups. Okay, so now I'm going to get my ingredients ready. I've got 1.5 cups of hot water, about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, I got sugar, about 1/4 of a cup of sugar, and I grated some nutmeg in there, just a little for flavoring. I'm going to stir this around for a minute. And I also got the zest of a lemon I'm going to throw in here. Get that sugar dissolved. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons, 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. The salt I'll put in later with the flour, because I want to make sure my yeast is good and active. So when it starts foaming, then we'll go to the KitchenAid and start mixing everything together. So I just blend it like how you would your coffee, you know, if you drink creamer in your coffee. That's what it should look like. And I try to mix it up well with a rubber whisk. I've done it with a wire whisk too, so it doesn't, I suppose it doesn't matter, but. Alright, I'll be back once it starts foaming and we'll be at the KitchenAid. Okay. So this is all now foamy. See how foamy it is? I'm going to pour that in there. I'm going to get all that goodness out of there. That's good enough. Now I'm going to start adding flour in. To the mix. Alright. Now keep adding, and then once it's all kneaded up, I'll come back. Okay. 8 minutes is done. Strip that off there, and it's going to be a little tacky. It's okay. Want it a little bit. Take the kneading thing out. Try to keep off as much dough in with the dough as possible, right? Because it's good. See? Pillsbury Doughboy. It's good. Alright, I'm going to take just a little bit of the flour on the bottom. Like that. Now I'm going to let it rise. Be back when it's time to roll it out. Okay, so the bread has risen. Look at that. It smells wonderful. I've got my pan ready. I sprayed it and put some flour in it. This is a clean counter. I'll put a little bit of olive oil on there. This is how I like to do it, so I don't add extra flour into my dough. My hands are all nice and greased up. I'm going to use this. Kind of break that up. Can you see what I'm doing? Just to get that out there. Now, the sprouted bread, like I said, is a little stickier than the other. Look at all that nice air bubble we got in there. Nice rise. It's like a stiffer dough, I'd like to say. See? Alright. Now, I'm not going to work the heck out of this because we worked hard to get them bubbles in. So I'm just folding it. I know I do mine just a little bit different than everybody else. And then I roll it and tuck it and roll it, tuck it, and I roll it again. I'm going to shape it and see where all those creases are in the bottom. People pinch it, do whatever. I just like to keep rolling it for a minute until it goes flat. And I can feel I got bubbles in there, which is good. Just kind of keep working it. Tuck it and work it. Tuck it and work it. Okay. Put it in my pan. Push it down. Okay, we're going to let it rise. I'll be back. Oh wow, that was really quick. So the bread is risen to where I like it because it will rise again. So I'm preheating my oven to 375. I'll bake it for about 25 minutes and we'll be back to show you what it looks like. I forgot to tell you, I put egg wash over the top and then I sprinkled it with everything but bagel seasoning, and I'm at 340 in my oven temp, so it'll rise and it'll be yummy in the oven. Be back when it's done. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. It's been about 25 minutes. I should have let it rise a little bit more because sprouted bread sometimes don't rise as well as regular flour. It rises, it's good, but in the oven. But that's okay because it's going to be good. And I'm just taking some butter and going over the top, trying to get around those edges to loosen it up. Get that good in there. Does that look good? Come on. Now with sprouted bread, you want to keep it good and sealed. Okay. See if I can dump her out. That's a pretty loaf of bread. Now it's hot. So that's how I make my sprouted bread. If you have any questions, leave them below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can for you. All right, everyone, have a great day. Big hugs from my pantry to yours. Bye.